Every year I ask myself whether or not I should start a YouTube channel. Well, let's be real, I already have it. But every year I ask myself, like, should I get serious about YouTube and creating content for YouTube? And it always comes down to, like, what am I going to do? What am I going to put on there? I used to love to vlog, but vlogs are they just don't hit like they used to. And I do feel like there's a new way of vlogging that's coming back, or not coming back, that's emerging, that I'm very interested in. I've already put a couple videos out there with it, that kind of style, but it's just more uncut, more just going through the day. And for me, I believe that that's more fitting for me. So there'll be a couple things on this channel that you'll see. You'll see vlogs like that. But then another thing I'm going to do that I started to do while I was on a trip in Nigeria was I created these videos that are straight up 360 tutorials of just driving and where I'm at, so that people can see just a different perspective that, you know, you just normally wouldn't get to see. I mean, I have friends that always ask me about, like, what it's like in the villages and other places in Nigeria, and now I was actually able to show that. And I've talked about, like, what our houses look like over there, but now I just made a video and showed that. And that whole constraint of something needing to be super edited, super high, you know, production, I'm not gonna really go for that anymore. And it's funny because, like, one thing that made me actually get more serious again about picking up a camera is realize I have 7 cameras. I have cinema cameras. I got enough cameras to actually make a high quality production shoot, but I just didn't feel like it was natural. And I'm really about authenticity. So the fact that I can do something where there doesn't need to be many cuts or any kind of cuts, it's just straight through. We're not manufacturing a narrative. We're just capturing what's happening in the environment. That's what I'm bringing to this channel. And it's just going to be a good documentation of where I'm at in life now, which my YouTube channel has always been. And I will continue to not delete things because it will show cool growth and the changes and different stages I'm at in my life and in my style and my body and my look. I think my first videos I had hair, and now I don't have hair, and I don't think I had a beard, and I got a full beard. So it's just kind of funny to see those different changes and see that growth. But then also, now that I'm creating art, I want that to be something where I can speak more on the art, because having a platform mainly being on Instagram, and that being something where it's short form content and then doesn't really, you know, have much attention because everyone's just scrolling, you know, I don't really like short form content anymore. I don't want to just do short form content. I want to do something that is longer form, where I can take my time and tell more stories and be more in depth with it without feeling like there's this clock ticking and that there's this rush. And I feel like what YouTube is at the forefront now of getting us back to being present as a whole. So you're going to see videos about that. I'm going to do videos about my art, videos about my day, videos about my life. And the funny thing is, I don't think I'm going to do too many more of the videos where I was out here giving advice, because a lot of what I realized about those kind of videos was that wasn't necessarily like I wanted to give advice per se. It's just that that's what felt natural and what was coming to me. But a lot of it was me more or less giving myself advice and reminders to myself of how I want to act, how I want to be, and who I want to be. And it's almost like my conscience talking to me, and I kind of put that into form. And I think I'm going to keep more of that personal, but when I do have some breakthroughs and have some stories to tell, I'm going to definitely share those. But right now, I'm going to head into Michael's and see what kind of deals we got, because I am going to be working on a new series of paintings that are inspired by my trip to Nigeria. So, you know, Michael's might not be one of the places where you'd expect a serious artist to buy their supplies, but it's all the same stuff. So the biggest thing for me here is I want to actually start mixing my own paint and making my own tints and colors, and I've been doing a lot of stuff that is just straight out the box and then mixing those. But now actually I want to see if they have any pigment or like powder that I can mix with some gesso or gesso, whatever it's called, and that might be able to get me what I'm looking for. But I also just saw that, I mean, deal on canvases. Never buy canvases at full price, because there will always be a deal this good. You never know when it's going to be, but it'll be there at some point in time. Okay, so I see some decor paint. That's not what I'm looking for. Acrylic. Now, what I'm looking for might not actually exist, or not exist here, but it was worth a try. Just because I want to mix and get these colors to be exactly what I'm looking for, and I know there's nothing that just exists like that out of the box. I mean, I see some like resin dye, but that's not going to cut it either, because resin dye is good for resin, but for actually like mixing at a higher level or higher amounts is not going to work out that well, especially when you're mixing with a white gesso, because that's going to then change the color quite a bit and lighten it up. So I don't think I'm going to find what I'm looking for, but I know one thing I'm going to do is look and see what deals we got on canvases and paint, because I'm doing some of these puzzle pieces as well, and I've been liking these liquid acrylics for that, the high flow ones. But it's going to take a bit for me to even get back into that. Like, you know, I just got back from Nigeria a week ago, and I haven't been in my space for creating, my studio, even mental space for creating quite yet. So I think I'm going to need to clean up the space physically, just so you can get back in that mode and get back into that mood. And as much as I'd like to get something right now, I think I need to make sure I think it through a little bit more, because I mean, buy one get two. This deal's good till the 14th. I've got to decide what exactly it is I want these to look like. But this is even just a little bit into what the channel's gonna look like now. You know, I'm going to pick parts of my day and just go through the whole thing and bring you on that journey, talk to the camera, get back into it, and see how consistent we can be, because I really do think that YouTube is a platform that is going to see a lot of growth because of where we are at as a society.